Ebosu. Ghana na Ebosu. The whole world.
Ghana Abosu.
Ghana na Ebosu.
Ghana Aji baby Abosu.
Oh yes.
And Ebosu.
Oh yes. We are into Showbiz Review this morning on Daybreak Hits on Hits 103.9, proudly brought to you by Betway. You always get way more with Betway and Franco Trading Enterprise. Still, phone papa fear, and there's a remix version out there. Remix version still CCTV cameras.
Oh yeah.
Papa fear. Yes. By mention of the name Franco Trading Enterprise, big ups to you, Jake. Jake, how are you doing? And I'm sure this morning Jake is preparing the New Year package for Franco Trading Enterprise. Yes, I'm sure. Yes. So big ups to you, Jake, wherever you find yourself. And we're about to dive into it. Before we went in for the musical stretch, I told you about our discussion this morning on Showbiz Review. This morning, we're taking a critical look at the inauguration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. In fact, the 9th Parliament officially today is the working day, first
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Today they are going to. There are some parliamentarians that will need my first copy book. Yes.
A+.
Yes, he needs that.
Okay, A+.
My first copy book.
Ohene Kwame Frimpong.
Yes, and also John Dumelo will need my first copy book. And shouts to Ohene Kwame Frimpong, though.
Yeah.
Amazing. And his victory for some of the people that I know from his constituency are saying, Charlie, the guy really put in a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Amidst the political drama over at that side.
Oh, yeah.
A
The
lot,
drama there.
Charlie, easy. But everything is calm and collected. Some of my friends that I know are in Parliament, Ufurukum MP, massive shouts going out to you. And he's a classmate as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Michael Edu is also in Parliament. And I've seen, we were having a conversation this morning on Snapchat. I was telling him that, hey, Charlie, this time around, there are a lot of youth in Parliament. Edemagbana as well. Yes, it's amazing seeing the influx of youth in Parliament. I believe the 9th Parliament will present something amazing to the great.
Did you say youth?
Yes, youth.
Are you joining the 10th Parliament?
Abia. Who knows?
MP for the street.
Never say never. Never say never.
Do you know if you are above 35 years, you're not youth?
Who told you that? Per what definition?
Check it.
The definition for youth.
That's the definition. About 35, you're not youth.
So it starts at what age?
36. Hey, from Asiako.
No. The person
say, so 35, how
your
youth?
youthful years are from which
A plus
year?
D46 was only youth.
So I want to know. Youthful years and started where does it start?
Started about 35.
I understand, but what is the definition for Omranti?
Let me check. But minimum 35 and then a
above
point.
Above 35, you are not considered as youth. You are not considered as a youth.
You're not youth.
Hey,
so don't you see yourself?
You're youth.
You are not youth. You are no longer youth. You are the men's
youth. There are some people who have youth brain, youth heart, even though they are grown.
Young at heart.
You are young at heart.
So
anyway,
all right.
This morning we're taking a critical look at the swearing in from the entertainment, arts, and culture perspective. One of the things that caught their attention on social media, people were actually talking a lot about it, is the appearance and of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. People are talking about how he looked in his three-piece agbada and some of the Dinkra symbols, and it's what it meant.
I'm not cutting you. Yeah. So people get educated. So youth, as defined in Ghana, are persons between 15 and 35.
15 and 35?
Yeah.
And does that mean count? Above, okay, so from 35, what's your identity?
You are a human being.
You are a human being. As a president or
as a human being.
Anyway, let's look at some of the dignitaries that graced the occasion. One of the hot button issues was the presence of, if I can call him a supreme leader of Burkina Faso. Yes, his presence at the inauguration and the fact that he was carrying a live weapon.
I've seen the commentary.
Yeah, massive commentary about that. But you saw that too.
So that's Ibrahim Traore.
Yes.
I think he's
Leader is a military man. So.
yeah, and how everything happened. I mean, they took over the reins of the country, and the uproar which came with it, and to the extent that ECOWAS even at a point they didn't want, did not regard him because they thought it wasn't democratic, and a lot of Western influences also. I mean, they believe is hunting him, and for that reason, wherever they go, I mean, if you've seen them at ceremonies, they as a war film, like the way they carry their suitcase, how crowd and say, "I'm the money to football." Like
say what himself,
yeah, but like when they are going, because they know that anything can happen at any time.
Yeah,
Because other people too can take over and the so much. The insurgents in Burkina, their borders, among other things. I mean, because of that security issues, I mean, he's always like always prepared, and that is how he came with it. And people were like, "Hey, Charlie, also,
are we safe?
Are we safe?" But I mean, others too looked at the other side of it. That okay, at a point, it's like Ghana and Burkina are ties, diplomatic ties.
Yes.
Where, I mean, not in good taste because, I mean, our president respect the rule of law, and, I mean, the whole ECOWAS believe that he didn't come to power democratically, and we didn't like that idea, and there was a seeming friction.
Yes, our position at ECOWAS also frowns on that.
Yes, so people were surprised that, hey, we know fine, right now you enter here, like, what's up? So, like, people think that, okay, it's a sign of good things to come, especially where we share border with them. I mean, it means that there is a possibility for us to sit around the table and look at how we can, I mean, re-iron our things and look at how each of us can benefit from the border we share as a people. And, we import other things from Burkina, and they play a crucial role in terms of our economic activity. So seeing him there, I mean, brought a mixed feeling, and I mean, I believe that it's all good.
Would that be the highlight of the inauguration ceremony for you?
Yeah, to some extent, because
I think on social media
there are a couple of highlights.
Okay.
I mean, you saw Baumia, Dr. Baumia, that greetings. Yeah, and people are among Fokwa,
the protractor.
Charlie,
38 degrees. We have 57 degrees. The quadrant.
So this morning, I was having a conversation with Mr. Hagler, and boss with it, all no cool like that. I like.
Okay.
I think the perception or the Baumia's brand from the time he conceded. And also how he met JDM yesterday at the inauguration, the type of gestures that we saw, the ones that we saw, puts him in a far better position than when he was contesting for the presidency. And I'll say this because I mean he comes across now as somebody who is pure and good at heart. I mean he has that. But previously, looking
prior to the election, or during the election, he was a different personality.
Just that. Yeah. How he bowed when he got on the podium, it leaves some question marks.
But I mean, that's beautiful. I mean, regardless, in terms of age, I'm sure
Mahama
is 66 years.
In terms of, I mean, career, the presidency, he's a senior. Yeah. He's been former president before. He's been a vice president before him. Yeah. And he's now the
president.
But the bowing.
But it's just, that's the beauty of our democracy. I mean, it's not easy to get
it's not
just
the bowing. It's how low.
No. But I think that is how he bows.
Yeah.
Maybe that is how he bows.
Even coming from where they are, at times they even prostrate. I mean, this bow is not.
And Baumia is that person.
This bow is I mean, it's very common up north. Yeah. I mean, this kind of
so
bow.
it's a traditional.
It's a traditional thing.
Traditional bow.
And
for me.
Yeah, you need to go down well. You understand? I mean, and yes, it'll come from in terms of the percentage, but bow and a canoe, be say the 38 or something, but. if you are.
But it has given Bawumia a certain
I mean,
brand and an image.
Yeah.
And some
As
people are even
him-
saying that if he comes back again, he might win the election.
All of these things are adding up to the political capital, because there is what we call the reputation, and reputation is like savings at the bank. It's built over time.
Yes.
And it's an encompassing of different things you've done. I mean, that goodwill and certain positive things or negative things you've done, it builds up, piles up, then it becomes your reputation. So he's building it. And definitely, I mean, at the right time, he can milk that reputation. So it depends on how he's going to. I mean, and Ghanaians, you know, we like people who are...
Brennan
Nwasi.
from the
Of course.
concession to his messages to the bowing.
And he needs, as a politician, he needs that thing. And he understands, I mean, the game. I mean, and I'm sure there are people around him who are also coaching him. I mean, because regardless, this will get him endeared in the hearts of some people, and that's the beauty of it.
The commentary around that is nice. There's a lot of positive reviews.
Oh, yeah.
I did an emotional analysis of
You?
it. Yeah, emotional
As in highly emotional or lowly emotional.
No, emotional analysis on it.
Did you bow down in your emotions?
I was. And I realized that, you know, people actually also like the gestures that he saw. In fact, his appearance alone, well, I would say congratulations to JDM and also to any of the political parties that were involved in last year's election. I think it went well. I missed some few flashpoints and all that. It went well. But anyway, we are looking at it. We are going to wear our... but before I do that, your highlight of the inauguration.
I think my highlight will be JDM's apparel. Yes. Even before the ceremony would end, I saw people making analysis of the entire apparel, you know, the white, you know, color, the kente that was on the apparel, the Adinkra symbols, which we get explanations into and all that. And I believe that as somebody who is the first person of this country, he represented the country in a certain light. In our cultural way. And listening to the guy who did the design, he actually said that Mahama said he wanted something very Ghanaian and African. Okay. Even though the Agbada, the origin is not Ghanaian, it is also worn by people, especially those in the north. So we can say it is Ghanaian in a way, and it's also something that represents the West African sub-region. And so if somebody who is bent on having that regional integration, you see the number of people that he even brought from other countries to this to the inauguration tells you that this is somebody who is bent on having other people, other leaders across the West African sub-region come together. And so if he wore something like Agbada, which is worn across the West African sub-region, it meant that probably he is so bent on actually having that cause achieved. And so I liked that outfit. It's not the first time we're having a president-elect wear something Ghanaian to an inauguration. Akufo-Addo wore kente. Kente. You know, during his inauguration. And to me, that is something that speaks volume.
That's twice.
Yes.
He wore that twice, the first and the second.
And the creativity. I mean, you see the kente, the Agbada mostly represents like those from the north. And the kente
exactly
also for those from the south.
Yes.
The Voltarians, Ashantis, and I mean, other Akan groups. So it's like a blend.
Bridging
the north and the south. I mean, bridging them. And that's very beautiful and thoughtful of him, because it's also, I mean, you could really find that kind of unison in the speech. In the speech, he really showed that unifying factor, which was represented in his dress. I mean, if you listen to his speech, I mean, how he addressed his former competitors was very beautiful. I mean, the remark he made about the former president, Naana Opoku Agyemang, I mean, talking about how they started some 26 years ago, and the fact that they didn't
as
know
young
that,
men who entered into politics, and he had black hair, and still Nana Hard-bald head with still round,
it calls
with some
him
round spectacles.
Johnny. I mean, talking about the fact that as politicians, yes, we may come from a different political divide, but it doesn't mean that we are enemies. I mean, there are certain things we can do, I mean, to be able to ensure that we get the country where we want it to be, rather than seeing ourselves as enemies. Since food soldiers need to be up to now, any will be in because we'll be party arena or honorable warrior, honorable warrior or catcher. No, no.
Issues, I see. Anyway, let's pick highlights from JDM's speech yesterday at the inauguration ceremony.
Your Excellency, kindly say after me, this is the oath of allegiance. I,
John Dramani Mahama,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear
do in the name of the Almighty God swear
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
to
the Republic of Ghana
the Republic of Ghana
as by law established, that I will uphold
and that I will uphold
the sovereignty and integrity of Ghana, and that I will preserve, protect and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God.
So help me God.
Your Excellency, now the presidential oath.
I, John Dramani Mahama,
having been elected
to
the high office of President of the Republic of Ghana, do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will be faithful and true to the Republic of Ghana, that I will at all times preserve, protect and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, and that I dedicate myself to the service and well-being of the people of the Republic of Ghana, and to do right to all manner of persons. I further solemnly swear that should I at any time break this oath of office, I shall submit myself to the laws of the Republic of Ghana, and suffer the penalty for it. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President. Let me be the first.
Highlights of the inauguration ceremony of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama here on Daybreak Hits in our showbiz review. But we're going to zoom in and pay close attention to the entertainment, arts and culture piece of the ceremony. And it has to be with what Kwame Dazi talked about. JDM's appearance. Nahofama. Yes, his appearance. Nahofa.
Yeah,
dedication. Dedication. Thank you.
The street is watching.
Nahofa. And on social media, there are a lot of commentary running on the crown symbols and its significance to the NDC party itself and also to JDM's campaign, plus his vision for the country. Matthew Agambire explains the designs. In fact,
who's Martin Agambire?
You don't know him? Bondana.
the designer, right?
And the
Yeah,
guy
I
who
just wanted-
designed
yeah, I
the
just wanted that to
Designs.
come out clear.
Yes, so it explains the designs, every single thing that we saw yesterday at the inauguration ceremony.
I'm asking, walk us through what informed the decision to incorporate the Edinkra symbol into President Mahama's attire.
First of all, let me thank your cherished viewers and also to God for this day. And secondly, to His Excellency President Mahama for giving me this great opportunity to create or co-create his outfit. What actually is...
Well, we hold on to this one as we get to the phone lines and have this discussion with Mr. Osebonsu Safo Kantanka. He is aka Teacher Kantanka. He is a retired lecturer and from Menchia. In fact, he's based in Kumasi, Menchia, to explain to us some of the Edinkra symbols and its importance to democracy and also vision for 2025 and beyond. Teacher Kantanka.
Yeah, hello.
Teacher, good morning.
Good morning.
Teacher Pacho Bibiabako.
Yeah.
Teacher, this morning we called to find out from you the Edinkra symbols and their significance to us as a nation, the representation in JDM, that is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's clothing yesterday.
Okay. Thank you very much. As much as we admit that we are Africans, and Ghanaians in particular, then we should admit that we go by art forms. Art forms, as far as Ghana is concerned, is a philosophical way of life, is our spiritual way of life, is our physical way of life, is our mental and social way of life, and even more. So we communicate with art forms, all art forms, particularly textile art forms. And as much as you are aware, Edinkra symbols are noticeable in our clothing or our textile art forms. And so it was a way to communicate to the people of Ghana and those who understand the language of symbols. And you can see the chosen symbols. There was a strip of kente on the shoulders of the agbada or the batakari that he wore. And the strip of kente has also a name, meaning, and philosophy behind it. The name of that kente is called Mrepa Dawanim. Mrepa Dawanim means there is hope. To wait, there is hope. Again, I'm not going to give up in spite of whatever calamities I come across. So that is a message to us.
Okay.
Then you go to the Edinkra symbols. There were about 4 of them, very visible. There was the Jinyame Edinkra symbol. There was the Agyemang. There was also the Nyamidua, and there was Sankofa. Now, Jinyame in English means God alone. Some people say except God, but it can be interpreted in various ways. But it is God alone that is behind God, nothing else. And it was to communicate to us that whatever is going to take place is on reliance to the Almighty God. Good or bad, we rely on the Almighty God. Then we talk about the fact that with God, I'm going to go forward and forward ever. God's hands is on me. Then we come to the other one, which is Agyemang. This is not the first time we are seeing Agyemang.
Okay.
We can find that it is used extensively by University of Ghana, Legon. It's their symbol. And that also talks about sacrifice and patience. So that being the leader of the nation and together with his party, they have come to sacrifice and through patience. It is not sacrifice and then overspeeding or going too fast, slow but sure. That is the Agyemang. Again, the other aspect of Agyemang is the fact that Genuine is the ram, and so the ram horn we saw were separated from each other, presupposing that we are not at war. We are not locking horns. So that was the Agyemang in his Batakari. Then we come to Nyamidua. Nyamidua is the altar of God and symbolizes holiness and righteousness. So that is with the Nyamidua. Then we come to the Sankofa, which is also telling us that my unfinished job, I'll go back to finish. That is, and then if there is any correction, I would have to make them.
Okay.
So these are the aspects of the art forms that we saw. They may carry more information, but that is where my contribution lies.
Okay, teacher, I'm sure you watched the ceremony as well, so you are privy to, or you saw some of the fashion, music and dance that were on display.
Yeah, sure. There is no specific art forms that are different from all that we see in all other aspects of the country. It is the same exhibition of gestures, right, communicating to us. And if you were to look at if it were the northern dance or the Volta region dance, that is the Ever dance, or whatever, the Akan dance, they all speak the same volumes of language. So it is just as the symbols speak, so do our dance, our drumming and dance also speak. So in fact, it depends on who is watching or who is looking at it. But it has just a singular focus. So all the things that you are hearing from the Dingra symbols are the same things that you see or hear from the drumming and dancing.
Okay, teacher. Before we take leave of you, if you were to add one or two Adinkra symbols to the already 4 that were on display, looking at the vision of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his vision for the country, which Adinkra symbols or symbol would you have used for his apparel?
Well, if I were to add more, the very first one that I would add would be the Siamese crocodile. That is 2 crocodiles with 1 stomach.
Yes, a fruit danger.
Yes, that's a denchem funtu funafu and a denchem fufu. That means 2 stomachs together, 2 heads, but 1 stomach. Presupposing or telling us that we may be of different parties, but we have one aim and objective. So we don't need to quarrel among ourselves.
Okay, that would be the symbol the Dikra symbol that you want to add.
Yes.
Only that one, or you have others that you want?
Well, there are many more, but there are also others. It is we in a way we are in a war zone.
Yes.
Leading a nation, one should bear in mind that one is in a physical, mental, and spiritual war, not necessarily arms.
Okay.
So those ones like we have Jawetiko or Katachie Etiko. Katachie means the leader of the nation.
Okay.
Tiko, it's that I've stored every information about the nation behind my forehead or in my head.
Okay.
That is another which I would have added.
Okay.
That I am Katechi and I have, I'm not going to just listen without verify.
Okay.
So that is Katechi Etiko.
Okay. Teacher, thanks a lot for joining us this morning.
Thank you too. Thank
Okay.
you.
Teacher Kantaka is a retired lecturer at Menchia Palace. And in fact, I've enjoyed this conversation.
Very enlightening.
If we didn't, no, funtum fru. No, I never Okay, so the small knowledge we get on this is, I think way back on TV, there was this show called Agro. And you remember in the third and final round, David Donto show you a picture of one of the car symbol and ask you to identify the symbol. And I remember there's one symbol that looks like a gun. One of the car symbol looks like a gun.
Okay.
And they showed it to one guy. What's this? And the guy said, "Water pistol."
You see the beauty of
amazing, man.
What the president did. It's help us to learn. Like we are being enlightened this morning. Like it's by so doing, what we're doing is that we are passing on. Our cultural heritage to the various generations. Who are there, and it's important. This will also go to the extent that it will encourage others to make use of some of these symbols, incorporate them in their daily fashion, and by extension, we are encouraging the local economy. We are going to take our eyes off some of these too much of foreign. And by so doing, to some extent, we'll be growing the local economy. So I think that we need more of these on the national stage because it's all part of building the psyche. Like when the president was speaking, he was talking about the fact that we need to, reset our mindset and build the Ghana we want to bequeath to our next generation. So we need to consciously,
it needs to be an intentional work.
Yeah, all the national level so that it will trickle down to the people for us to. Development at times has the bottom-up approach and also up-bottom approach so that by so doing we get to where we want to get to.
I am happy for the designer.
Yeah.
Because most times we don't laud the designers enough. But the fashion industry contributes so much to the creative industry. A lot of tailors and seamstresses, see from designers. A lot of them in the industry. And so you have somebody sew a very nice outfit for you and then Charlie, but we don't really celebrate them. So I'm happy that this guy called Matthew Agambre is getting his flowers. I went on his page yesterday and I saw he wrote that his dream is to design outfits for presidents across the world.
Wow.
Exactly. Wow. And then I found out that, okay, so this is the guy behind this design that is trending. And you see, in this industry, I always say that we have certain art fields that we focus so much on. There is nothing wrong with talking about music most times or film. But I think that this situation should also open our minds to people like Agambre, who is doing business, who is contributing to the creative economy in a different way. Now, to the culture side, what Kantanka has given us this morning also tells me that, Mahama was just reflecting what was on his attire, his speech.
Yeah.
Everything that he spoke in there is a reflection of the design in his. And so if you're able to communicate through that or those designs, clearly you are understanding what he means. And for him to have also agreed with the designer to use those things means that this is somebody who thinks about our culture, our arts.
Artistically, he's inclined.
And then the tourism aspect. The tourism aspect.
Yeah.
Tourism is not just about people traveling from one place to another. This is tourism through our heritage. And so you see the design, you see the dinkra, eme, papa dawenim. You see even the white color represents victory.
Yeah.
You see all these things and tells you that when people come in here and they see the uniqueness of what he is wearing, it is also tourism. And I saw a lot of ladies and gentlemen who were adorned in kente, proper kente, nicely sewn outfits during the ceremony.
Look at the
beautiful.
The vice president elect.
Beautiful.
Naana Opoku Agyemang, her outfit.
Yeah, and I was happy because you see, I'm not saying we should not wear quote unquote Western attires during such ceremonies, but I was glad that I saw a lot of people wear what is Ghanaian, what is African at the ceremony. So one way or the other, the whole advocacy and the campaign about we doing what is Ghanaian and patronizing what is Ghanaian is sinking down into the minds of the people. So I'm happy about this, and I wish that as President Mahama has already talked about the Black Star experience, this is going to translate into what we're going to see in Black Star experience, because you see, we've seen fashion, we've seen the event side, we've seen the culture side, we've seen all the other elements of tourism, art, and culture at the ceremony.
Yes.
And that is what he's preaching, or he's actually promising us, that when he comes throughout the year, from January to December, he's going to make sure that all these subfields of the art are celebrated every month. So I'm looking forward to that. And this particular ceremony, to me, after watching, I was like, wow, this is breathtaking. And it was one thing that's also artistic. You know, our speeches, the way we talk, it is an art.
Yes.
The way you even present the show is an art.
Yes.
The way Mahama delivered his speech is an art. And it was beautifully done. You know, just a few people are able to speak in that manner. It was clear. It was grabbing. You know, it was. You listen and you want the mood that he. Yeah, exactly. And so I believe that as we're celebrating him for all the things he said, as in ending corruption, you know, economic, whatever, we also talk about the fact that he is a living art, as we love to see as a people. I'm happy about that. Somebody who is in the art. I'm happy that Mahama exudes art, and he actually portrayed this during the inauguration.
Well, teacher Kataka also made mention of the fact that the music, fashion, and dance that were all these things that were exhibited yesterday at the inauguration ceremony, in fact, they conveyed the same message. It had the same message. However, there's another group of people that I think we need to shine the light on them this morning. That is the event organizers, the people who have put the ceremony, they put up the ceremony together, because that is also one critical area with respect to our entertainment space. Your ability to
the color to the whole thing.
Exactly, and unlike previous inauguration ceremonies that we've seen in this country, I think this one will come across as the most colorful,
especially the national colors.
Yes, the national colors were highly represented, and I saw on social media several commentary running about who the main brain behind it. I don't know if you want to touch on it before we touch on the designer, Bondana Designs.
You know, before the day, we saw the pictures of the setup and everything, and people were tagging Standogbe. Yeah. I was like, then this Stan is really doing great things. So, because for a long time, you know, during the NDC campaign event, usually when they put up an event, you see Standogbe's name come up. You know how beautiful it was organized and everything. I even saw George Quay post him. For somebody like George Quay, who is an event person, posts Standogbe. Yeah. And the pictures, it tells you that this is somebody who is putting so much in an event, you know, space. Something that we can also learn from. And I saw Nabil Al-Hassan make a post that he was also involved in the whole thing. I was okay, no wonder this is happening.
And
Tometi. Yeah. So it means that we have the people here to make things happen. Most times we think that we don't have the men. But the men are there.
Or we don't have the brain.
We have the brains.
And you know, even the mojos they use, the barricades, had some Edinka symbols on them. I mean, it was really beautiful. And how they blended the colors on the day to, I mean, make the whole place look beautiful, and the kind of security arrangements to ensure that, I mean, the people are a little far away, the fans are a little far away, so that they can have some screens where they will see the whole thing happening there. And for me, it was a beautiful spectacle we all saw yesterday, and I believe that, I mean, going forward, we will have a lot of coherence in terms of our event planning, because it's also a very huge industry, and we have the people who have the capacity to deliver, and we need to make use of them. That's the most important thing, because if you have the people in the space and you are not making use of them, and then what are you doing to the industry? So I'm very happy to see that collaboration with some of the
Here Silicon House is in the events PR, Wizard TV.
People,
Wizard TV too. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, so that was beautiful, and the coverage. I mean, they realized that they want a certain quality, so they looked at like organizations who have the capacity. Now, after looking at all of their capacity, they decided to blend them so that they can, in unison, they can do a good job. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at times one person cannot do it all.
No.
You need to be able to bring other people together so that you can do a very good job. So,
Okay.
I mean...
Well, Matthew Agambire Bondana Designs is the force behind His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's apparel, and this is what he is saying with respect to the design.
I'm asking, walk us through what informed the decision to incorporate the Edinkra symbol into President Mahama's attire.
First of all, let me thank your cherished viewers and also to God for this day. And secondly, to His Excellency President Mahama for giving me this great opportunity to create or co-create his outfit. What actually inspires his outfit has been the fact that President Mahama himself is someone who believes so much in Ghana, and he wanted something of Ghana from Ghana and by Ghana. And so he decided that, well, when I approached him on designing the outfit, I gave him some few, ideas as to what I wanted to do. And in fact, he was actually a very key, person in co-creating the brand. So he said, okay, let's get to work. But he really needs something that represents Ghana. And he needs a Ghanaian to do it. So that was actually the brain behind the entire outfit. That inspires.
Okay, so whose decision was it to incorporate the Edinkra symbols? Was it a decision he took, or both of you decided to put those designs in there?
Okay, so I have been planning and thinking of what to do on his outfit for the past 2 months. And so what actually happened behind the scenes was that I would usually come up with something and then go show it to him. Then he either approves or gives his contributions. So the Edinkra symbols were originally taught by me and shown to him for his approval. So there was a bit of a teamwork between myself and His Excellency.
I see. So as a designer, how does it feel knowing that your work is not just a piece of fashion, but a message woven into the country's political and cultural narrative, which is being heralded by everyone now?
Well, it's a great feeling, and I'm proud to be a Ghanaian, because to be able to put in all those symbols, as the historian already demonstrated, but they were first being done by Ghanaians long before I was born. So it's Ghana that gave me the opportunity to be able to put in those works. So I'm proud to be a Ghanaian today. And secondly, fashion is a universal language. It's a language that everybody hears without you having to say a word. And for the rich culture of Ghana to be able to put up all those things for generations today and generations yet to come, it's such a great feeling to be here today. And I'm really proud of the brand, Bondana, and proud of Ghana.
The brand name is Bondana.
Bondana.
Oh, okay.
Bondana.
Bondana.
Have you seen the video? That shows when he was presenting the outfit too.
I've not seen that.
He was. I mean,
And
I think they brought it and he was telling
testing,
him something he wants to see. I mean, how he wanted
the creative
to
process.
Look, how he wanted to look like.
Because he made mention of the fact that he co-created, meaning the president was
contributed in how to.
Yes,
he was directing. So, I mean, how it should be done. I mean,
wow,
and that's beautiful. I mean, you see the vision, you see the picture of what you want to put across, because that day is very important for the country. I mean, elections have happened. Some people have lost. People are pained. People have. I mean, definitely people will lose their jobs. I mean, if you're a minister,
some have
again.
Some have decided to even leave their positions before.
Oh yeah.
Some have proceeded on leave.
So I mean, and there is the other side who are happy. But at the end of the day, I mean, we need everybody.
As a father of the nation,
so you need to. I mean, look at how the day will appear beautiful and you bring that national unity, because at the end of the day, if there is chaos, it can affect your rule as a leader. So, I mean, that was beautiful to think about, something which can bring about national unity for us to be able to be on the right trajectory as it starts in the second year. So, it be like today being first day in office.
First day at work.
You will go Jubilee House.
Yes, first day at work. I'm sure yesterday's festivities it might run a little bit throughout the night.
Some wine here.
Some whining and dining. Some whining and dining. Some whining and dining. Go happen. You understand? So it might run through, the late nights until end of the day.
Big shout out to Big shout out to Madam Lodina.
Why are you saying that?
Oh, I mean, she's been on some.
Are you making reference to the statement Mahama made on the campaign?
That is at Medina.
Oh, you can make that one too.
Is that what you want to imply?
You want to join?
You are trying to say?
I'm just giving some shout outs.
Why are you like that? Settings man. Sorry.
But also, I think one of the things that throughout the campaign season, certain figures around His Excellency John Dramani Mahama needs to be commended, and I won't go far by mentioning his sons, Sharaf and the other one. I've forgotten that.
I think I only know Sharaf.
Sharaf is the most popular.
There are about 3 guys and a Farida.
Yes, Sharaf is the most popular because he's constantly around his father, and this is throughout campaign.
Yeah.
Where is a time where everybody thinks is a time where they were
involved.
That particular boy was actively involved in all the campaign the trails that the campaign platforms that he stepped on.
Yeah.
I can mention well over.
So there's
22.
There's Sharaf, there's Jesse Mahama, Shahid, Mahama,
yes,
and Farida.
Yes. I think it was the Shahid was the one with the president in the room when they were checking the outfit.
The outfit, this man, Shahid.
Yes. So Sharaf and Shahid, these two wonderful gentlemen, I think we need to commend them.
But come to think of it, have you also thought about the fact that maybe the voting or the results that they had came to, that they had actually may have also attributed what am I saying? What I want to say is that for all you know, even these children, Sharaf
and Shahid,
may have drawn some Gen Zs.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the
NDC had a lot of them on social media.
Yeah, because you remember medical statement, the post that he made about Mahama winning the presidency and the fact that he is enthused because he's friends with Sharaf and Davido tells you that there are a number of other people out there who may have also gotten the affinity to the party through the activities of these children, because these are also people campaigning for the party, and it's likely for them to draw people of their kind to the party. So I think that maybe it was even a strategy by the father or
to get them
involved, so they can also draw the younger people.
Then it's a wonderful strategy because it worked. And there's a chemistry. There's a chemistry between Sharaf and Kali J on social media
during the youth manifesto. When Kali J was, so Mahama said that, I know you, Sharaf has been telling me more about
you. Yes, and we can't go wrong when we say that there's Kalige also on social media contributed.
Because he's an influencer and he has a lot of following.
No, he actually, I think at a point in time, there was this campaign. There was this campaign of wear your jersey.
Yeah.
Wear your jersey. You know, we already know about the friction between Kojo Sheldon and Kalige. So the wear your jersey campaign was asked to, social media users, especially ex-users, to come clean and let us know
where you stand.
Let us know where your jersey. She will just team Aobo.
Oh, Esamana will be.
Or your portfolio.
You did me though.
Oh, SM will be. SMB. And on the children's news, I'd like to say a big shout out to Madam Jan Kroma Ekufuado.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is she still at post?
No.
Was she involved in the NDC campaign?
No. But just a shout out.
No, but she okay. So correct.
He was.
Are you trying? Are you? What are you implying that she was not involved in? I don't know.
In Nanado's quest to be president.
But
hold on.
That shout out come with a message.
No, because we're talking about the NDC. We're talking about President John Dramani Mahama.
It's how they rally around the father to assume.
I'm just trying to
and
draw
also
the.
giving shout out to Madam Janko.
It's not related.
It's not related.
Okay.
Just a shout out.
Okay.
Harmless one.
No. But it's very harmful, baby. I'll share. It becomes very harmful.
I say harmful. Say.
No, it becomes very harmful to her and her brand because the thing is, I stand to be corrected on this. No, I stand to be corrected, and I producers, please help me on this one. She was never seen on any of the campaign trails for the NDC.
No.
She was
never
actively.
That was an appointment.
But that is an appointment. But I'm talking about the campaign trail from
the
2016. Hold on. I'm talking about from 2016 and in the 2020 elections. I mean, the 2016, we can talk about monumental campaign stages like the Prempeh Assembly Hall. Where
I think one of the campaigns, the daughters were behind her.
No, because the one in Kumasi. The one in Kumasi that we remember, monumental one, was when the stage broke and then president fell off. That is in 2016. And yes, small. If she was there, I mean, I'm sure we have gotten a wind of it.
From behind. That's why
but what Sharaf and his brothers.
Your shout out is causing more problems for her this morning.
that was exceptional.
It's
just like what Samira did for.
Exactly.
And his boxing bout where the father went there, Marion. I mean, like he was pulling a lot of strings.
Yes.
I mean, and that was beautiful, and that's why I was shouting out Madam Jankoma for the role at the creative art agency in support of the father.
No, we are talking about presidency.
Oh, okay.
You are bringing in posts. Presidency. No.
But they will be cooking in the house to support. I mean, the
no. I know where you want to take this conversation, but
we will not go.
We will not go there.
We will not go.
We will not go there.
No matter how hard you push us, we will not go there.
However, this is what we are going to look at. We are going to look at highlights of JDM's 4 key areas, including accountability, fight against corruption. These are things that he talked about extensively yesterday at the inauguration ceremony.
Since the elections, I have read and heard the word hope used many times in relation to my presidency and what it should offer the citizens of Ghana. I intend to speak plainly and clearly to you today, and every time I address you subsequently, I intend to always tell you the truth. The circumstances we find ourselves in are indeed dire, but even so, I'll be decisive and swift in my actions. We'll focus our initial efforts on 4 critical areas. The first is economic restoration and stabilization of the macroeconomic environment. The second is the improvement of the business and investment environment to ensure that Ghana is once again open for business. The third is governance and constitutional reforms. And the final, but not the least, is accountability and the fight against corruption. Since the elections, I have read and heard the word hope used many times in relation to my presidency and what it should offer the citizens of Ghana. I intend to speak plainly and clearly to you today, and every time I address you subsequently, I intend to always tell you the truth. The circumstances we find ourselves in are indeed dire, but even so, I'll be decisive and swift in my actions. We'll focus our initial efforts on 4 critical areas. The first is economic restoration and stabilization of the macroeconomic environment. The second is the improvement of the business and investment environment to ensure that Ghana is once again open for business. The third is governance and constitutional reforms. And the final, but not the least, is accountability and the fight against corruption.
As Bosu talks, say fight against corruption, you hear for the back.
The corruption aspect. That is dear to my heart because, you know, it's one of the major problems of this country.
Well, before we touch on that, today our big story, we were looking at expectations for the JDM's administration. I don't know if you have your expectation.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, he has made some promises, right?
Yeah, so
a lot of them. Within the 120 days, is going to scrap e-levy, COVID levy, and among other things. I am looking forward to that.
That is your expectation?
Yes. Again, he set up Oral, Operation Recover All Loot.
All Loot, yes.
I'm looking forward to him and the team recovering every penny that has been. Yeah, exactly. Because we are suffering because people are just taking our monies and squandering.
There are leakages in the system.
Spending on some slave queens and other things. You see, if we will.
But if they spend their money on slave queens,
it's not their money.
No, but
if they are spending our money,
but it comes back into things. It comes back into the economy.
Like how?
You can imagine if your sister is a slave queen.
No. All that I'm saying is that Slim, we need to be
there's a boost.
Accountable.
So which one would you prefer? Them spending on foreign slave queens or local slave queens?
Yeah.
Karisa.
On a more serious note, to move forward as a nation, we need to be responsible as a people. And by that, I mean that if you are given a task to perform in government, you need to make sure that you are accountable to the people. People misuse and misappropriate what is government's property, and then at the end, they go scot-free without being punished.
Yeah.
It's happened so many times. When Mahama announced the oral, people were saying, like, oh, we've seen this before. We've heard it before. I don't want to see a situation where this oral will be in place and nothing will be done. No, they should make sure that whoever has taken government's money, whoever has misused government's property is brought to book. And if we do this, we are setting precedents for things to be done orderly in this country. The Mahama we encountered in 2013 to 17 should not be the same. 17 should not be the same Mahama we're going to see now, because there is a reason he was taken off in 2016, and there's a reason he's being brought back. He should make himself and Ghana proud.
Okay.
For me, my expectation of him is not even about the promises, some of the promises he made. I really want to see some serious economic decisions taken with regards to exchange rate differential, because the exchange rate differentials holds a lot of things, like a country which is not self-sufficient in terms of importation. We import a lot of things, and most of the critical things we use here are imported. And if you have problem with your exchange rate differential, then certainly, lives of your citizens will be in tough times, because you buy crude to power your
generators.
You buy gas from outside. You import sugar. You import rice. And if you have cars, so if there is a problem with the exchange rate differential, then a lot of things will suffer, and that will trickle down to the ordinary people. And this is one area I want him to tackle head on. It shouldn't be like the everyday talk shop. Like, you bet you $1, so you bet you the key a common IGP. Then all of a sudden, dollar no, like
the dollar run.
I'm a funny
dollar no macho. And no the key na come.
George Bush. So like Charlie, we need to, tackle this head on. If some harsh measures need to be taken to ensure further improvement in our exchange rate differential. I'll say, putting all economies in the country together from both sides to solve this perennial problem. We need to really solve it because, it's what other things it does is also it's like it squeezes the money of the middle class. Because if you are going to import, a lot of middle class deal in this importation. Clothes boutique, owning boutique, people doing car business, people doing this, and if you have to go and import and the exchange rate is not the best, it means your local currency is reducing.
Exactly.
Your revenue or your money you have is being reduced, and that is not good for business. So, like he said, that Ghana is open for business. He needs to ensure this run and businesses get back on their feet. It's very, very important for me.
Slim,
okay,
I beg. Mahama said something prior to the election that he's not going to do more than 60 ministers, right?
Yeah.
I pray him to stick to that. By this, I mean that I have said that I don't think the deputy ministerial positions are that necessary, especially for our tourism, art and culture industry or ministry. I am suggesting to him that after appointing a minister for tourism, art and culture, we don't need a deputy minister. And by that, he should give us somebody who is from the industry or who understands our industry. We don't want a situation whereby we will put one of our own in a deputy ministerial position, and anytime you ask them about their performance, they tell you that, I'm just a deputy minister. Then it means that position is
not of value. So let's scrap it.
So instead of wasting or spending taxpayers' money to pay somebody in that position, why don't you just scrap it? Because there are other people in the institutions, in the agencies who can help the minister, the single minister, to work. So I'm pleading with him, with Mahama, to scrap the deputy ministerial positions, especially with the tourism, art and culture ministry. We don't need it. We need just one person. One person. Say Baba Sadika, say Jifagomashia. Just one person who will liaise with the directors and agency heads to work for the industry. Yempe ena yadi any people be deputy now tina obisana ena just a deputy. And so you me that see be piao.
This one, and I'd like to say good morning to my big brother, Lawyer Dennis, Senior. I agree to you wherever you find yourself, and he has a message for me. He says, Slim, the software of development is discipline, empathy, enforcement of law, national reorientation, and attitude towards work. And he believes honesty and integrity is a core part of it. This will help move the nation